was one more video I wanted to make today before I went inside and did my errands, and I drove away because I couldn't remember what it was, and then it popped in my head. A lot of people are forwarding me these videos about time and how time is changing, and everyone's talking about that. Everyone's like, oh, it's speeding up, it's going to become obsolete, what's going to happen with it? And so I'm going to share an experience that I had 2 years ago. Crazy. It's crazy, but it's lovely. I love it. It was about 10:30 at night. I was in a hotel in Palm Beach, and a friend of mine had taken the rental car to go down to Fort Lauderdale and visit a friend. And I was just sitting in the hotel room, reading, watching TV, whatever, waiting for him to come back. And he was supposed to be back at like 11 o'clock, and he wasn't, didn't call, whatever. So it's like 11 o'clock, and I'm thinking, okay, this dude's got the rental car that's under my name, he's not answering his phone, he's not calling, this is ridiculous. Right, because we were supposed to be down here on business. It's totally ridiculous. Like, I don't play like that. I don't. I get crazy. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, I just got to stay calm because there's no way to get a hold of him, whatever. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down to the beach and I'm going to meditate. Okay, it's 11 o'clock at night, but it's beautiful, right on the ocean. It's great. So before I get ready to leave, I put on my jacket and put on my sandals, and I had the television on a Mexican soccer match there. I don't remember who they were playing. It was like the third quarter, and so I remember looking at the television and seeing that it was the third quarter, and remembering what the last play that was made was, because I never get to watch soccer back in Detroit. I didn't, and I like it. So, and I looked at the time on the clock, and it was like 11:04 or something like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out on the beach. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna stay calm here. So I go out there. I meditate. I'm probably out there like half an hour, I think, and I have my phone with me, but nobody calls me. So I'm going back up to the room, and I walk in the room, and I turn the television on first. And I turn the television on, and when I turn the television on, the game is still in the third round, or the third match, whatever, third quarter, same score, and it's the end. When I turn it on, I see that play made again. So I switched the channels because I'm like, this is really weird. That's what I just left to. And I was trying to get a bearings on what's going on here. Are they playing the game again or whatever? And I looked behind me, and that clock said 11:04. It said it was the exact time as when I had walked out of that hotel room. And sometimes I like to add a few other details so that you can realize, like, it really was a hyperdimensional space. It was very weird because when I got that hotel room and I was unpacking my bag, I looked up above my bed. I kid you not, it was a painting of a psychic parlor. It was like a room that like a woman from the 1800s, who was like a psychic, would have, and it had like cards, and it had all these funky like psychic tchotchkes in this picture. And I remember when I was unpacking, I was like, God, this is really, really weird that I ended up in the room sleeping on the bed right below the picture of the 1800s psychic parlor. Very weird. And there were other things like that happened throughout the vacation, but that time issue, that time being eclipsed like that was freaky. Now, I would have written it off if it had only happened once and I couldn't kind of contextualize it, and I had nothing to prove to anybody that it happened. I could still tell my girlfriends or whatever. Well, that same thing happened 2 more times that summer. The first time that it happened, time stopped for, I think it was about 24, 28 minutes, and the next time it happened, it stopped for like 40 minutes. So I had 3 episodes 2 years ago during the summer where time literally stopped, and there were physical indications of that having happened. And so when I hear about like time moving up and getting faster or getting slower, whatever's happening with it, I'm waiting on something much, 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 much bigger than you feeling like time is accelerating. I mean, as it is, I'm never on it. I can't even wear a watch, right? You can put a brand new watch on me and it's going to be gone in half an hour. It doesn't matter if it's new battery or whatever. I can't even wear them. But I don't live by time. Like if I have a client or I have to be somewhere, I always know what time it is. I'm always early. I'm always punctual. But I don't flow by time at all. And in fact, when I look at the clock, it's just to see the numbers. And 90% of the time, it's so that I see them and I know what they mean. Because time means something. Time has meaning. So the digits on the clock, they have meaning too. But what's going to happen? I can't tell you that I know what's going to happen. I can only tell you what has happened. And if that tiny story about time stopping 3 times 2 years ago throughout that summer, I mean, that was real, physical, hardcore experience of suspending time. And it wasn't happening during something incredibly important and chaotic, but it happened. And I just want to share that with you because, believe me, something enormous is going to happen with this structure of time. And I don't think that it's going to be like right around the corner, but I'm one of the people who thinks if you're dealing with 2012, you're behind the curve, because I mean it's technically like 2014 in the composite reality of that whole paradigm. It just doesn't, for the most part, that can still be happening, but 2012, pull the papers back on your clock, because it's like 2014, people. And time is completely immaterial for the most part, for the majority of your life anymore. And so if any of you have had experiences where you've had time be eclipsed, and you can give us a record of what happened, or you can tell us what happened, leave it at the comments below. And by the way, make sure you subscribe, become my friend, because I'm here for goodwill and peace. And I love you. Okay, have a great day.